Hey folks, these days we're hearing a lot about how the president is a socialist, um, or he's leading the country into socialism. So I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about what socialism is, what communism is, and what capitalism is. Since I know I didn't have a lot of this knowledge, just I had to learn a lot about this stuff to really get it. So I wanted to try and shed some light on what these are. Capitalism as a system of economics relies on entrepreneurs, relies on taking risk, relies on borrowing, relies on starting businesses that provide that need employees to run. Um, Essentially, it has, as Marx would say, it has owners and it has workers. Um, Socialism, from a Marx perspective, is a stepping stone between capitalism and communism. Um, Capitalism really is individualistic, a lot like American culture, which I think they sort of bounce off each other. Um, Socialism is a stepping stone between capitalism and communism. So what's communism? Well, we've never actually seen theoretical communism, where the idea of communism comes from. We've never actually seen that sort of system on the planet successfully or unsuccessfully. It's never been attempted. There's a difference between communism as it's spoken about and communism as Marx talked about it. Sometimes we talk about socialism and communism as ways of government, as a way of setting up society. And Karl Marx, the founding founder, I guess, of communism, talked about these as systems of economics. He didn't talk much about them as political systems or as social systems. So when we hear about Obama becoming a socialist or bringing the country to socialism, it's never actually been done. China right now, Cuba, or like the USSR were not true theoretical communists, simply because they had government. Communism is the word community is right in there. So the idea is that the community owns the means of subsistence or the means of production, as Marx would say. The community owns the factory, the community owns the businesses that produce things that provide for the community. Everybody owns it, as opposed to some people owning it and some people subordinate to it, as capitalism is. So the mere fact that Obama is the president means that he's not a socialist, really, because in socialism or in communism, there really is there's no one leader. And I think if there is, a singular leader to point to, it would be the president. Um, Theoretically, in socialism or in communism, the state would fall away, the government would fall away because it would no longer be necessary because of the sense of community. So when you think about Obama being a socialist, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because he is occupying a place or at least he does a job that would be anti-socialist, I guess, or anti-communist. So pretty much what I want to get across today is that Obama's probably not a socialist. He's probably not a communist. He's probably not leading us to socialism or communism, even if his healthcare is a little bit unconstitutional, which it is. Um, I'm not for capitalism over communism or the other way around, communism over capitalism. Um, I think that sometimes we talk about communism and capitalism and Karl Marx as these sort of dirty words because of Cold War ideas about communism taking over the world and making us all subjects. But really, that's not what communism is about at all. So to talk about communism like that as a system a political system or a social system, really wasn't what it originated as. It was originated as an economic system, as a way to organize economics. So it's important to keep these things in mind when we throw around words like socialism and communism. Not a lot of people know where they came from or what they actually mean. So, thanks.